Hey boys and girls, it's me. I'm finishing up the last of the road here. Creek crosses down yonder. We're finishing up the rest of the road here. I just wanted to show you, I prefer building a road with an excavator. A little more time consuming, but it can be a lot more precise. I know one guy commented about, on the last one, about a lot of stone was wasted. And it's true, but the guys helping me up there running the dozer, they're pretty green. They never really done road work before, so I got to cut them some slack there. But I just explained to Cam how, usually running a dozer, I'll catch just a little bit on the blade, a third or half the blade, and I'll work it in. And then, from the outsides, I'll work it in, and then as I cut my blade like this, as I start working it in, and then I'll start turning my blade, watch my corner, and watch the rock dropping off, and you can build your edge. But it takes a lot of practice, and this stuff's hard to do that with. It's like I was explaining last week, I think, whenever, about trying to get this to grade. It's very difficult to grade this rock. The rough grade it's fine, but what I usually do, and you can see what I've done here, tried to keep it to the edge. The wheel ruts are right here, trying to keep it to the edge, keep my ditches open. And I got a little low spot there and there because it was in between the loads, so I'm just going to sprinkle a few more, a little bit from the pit. But what I'll do is I'll run this in, break it up, run it in, and then your crown, ideally you want it crowned a little bit, but what'll happen with this is as we start to run this, it's going to settle your wheel ruts first, obviously, because that's where the weight of your truck is. So then you develop this little crown, right? So what we'll do is we'll just keep knocking that center down as it pushes up. We'll work that down, and what you end up with is a decent little crown, so the water will run to your ditch. The idea is not to get the water running down your road. You want it to run into your ditch and down, right? So, but it's hard to do with this. If you had uniform gravel or dirt, yeah, it's easy to grade. This stuff is not, it's not easy to grade. So what you do is you rough it with this, you get your base, top dress it a little bit, and once you work a little dirt up through it and whatnot, you can work it a little better. But it makes a bit of a bumpy road, but at first, until you get it running. But like what I'll do, see, I'll smash this all in right here, and then just keep working it, and but this stuff, like you can see how it smashes in, it makes a great road. You try and put your, where I was going to go anyway. Try and put your bigger rocks in the holes, right? You can see we got a hole right here. So you want to put your big stuff in the hole, and then what I'll do is I'll drag that back and I'll try and even it up, But what's nice about running the rock truck here, there's a little single axle, you can see exactly where we need to put the stone. There's our wheel ruts, right? We got to make it a little bit wider for tractor trailer offset. And then on a corner you want to ride and widen it up. But I'm probably 10, 12 feet wide. That's good enough, So, but I got probably 6 or 8 inches of this rock in here. This rock really kneads in really well. So, but you can see I got a good base because it's pretty wet. And, the single axle wasn't sinking too bad. And I probably got 15 ton on that poor thing. It's just got its tongue hanging out, So I'll show you how I do this, so bear with me. Hopefully the sound won't be too horrible. try and explain to you what I'm doing. If it comes out terrible, I'll voice over something. It's nice flat with a great wheel rock. Makes a nice base. Alright, so you get the gist, right? You work your big stuff in, obviously, into those wheel ruts where you're going to have the most weight, right? Needing to be dispersed. But this stuff really works nice because you see it, like when I mash it a little bit, it just breaks it. And you'll get them big ones in there and pull some smaller ones over and just mash it, and it just breaks all those little pieces in, and they, you know, like really bind it well. It makes a good road. The only thing is, yes, probably guys are probably saying, well, isn't that rough on tires? It can be. You don't want to be taking one of these 500-600 horsepower trucks and spinning on this stuff, because it will cut your tires pretty good. You want to try and get it, and that's if a lot of dirt comes up through it, then you want to get some, you know, some processed stuff or something for bite, because if a lot of that dirt comes up through it, that's why you try and keep your rocks clean as you can. And that Geotech fabric helps for that too. Like if you know you're gonna be in a real wet area, keep the mud, the slick from coming up through it, because you don't want to spin on this much, because it will cut your lugs off your tires. I mean, it can be pretty sharp. Limestone's worse. This stuff is pretty soft. You know, it breaks pretty easy. But you like limestone, ooh man, I mean it'll really, or granite, it'll cut the piss out of a tire. But yeah, you don't want to spin on this much. So you want to get, you want to get like that processed stuff we put out front, and it gives it a nice bite. It makes a good road. I mean, you can tell, you know, we run these loads down this. Now that was just put in the other day, and it wasn't run on, and that heavy single axle going down through there, it didn't even, I mean, it just put some tire prints in. So we got a good base, you know. And I mean, you got to work it in a little too. I mean, and then like out front, we're going to get a couple of loads to touch up out front, because there's a couple of areas we had a little thin, and a couple of areas that settled a little. So man, just go back and touch them up. And but you end up keep kneading it in, you know. It makes a hell of a road. So all right, you guys get the gist. I'll get some more video of the other goodies we're going to start on. Probably going to finish this road work up today and get it pretty well done. I don't know if I'll get a chance, but I got to go over on this, across the creek down here, and go up on this other ridge and get the skid roads open. You know, a couple of roads built on the bottom of those hills, because we're going to shovel that stuff out. Pete's here. He's cutting, doing some hand cutting. So I'm going to have him come down tomorrow. We'll start mowing that stuff on the hill. So it'll work good. The other boys will finish up out there. And we'll get both loaders back here and start working this stuff up. Because the weather's coming. You know, we're supposed to get substantial snow tonight. I don't know, 3 or 4 inches, whatever. Not that that's going to be a big deal, but I mean, it's getting that time of the year. I want to get this back done and the hill done before we get really vile weather. And if we get some real crappy weather, we can go back out on that flat out there where we are. It's nice, easy picking. That's the idea.